Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of the free-to-play series, which is a parallel series here on the channel where I have a Let's Play of Pokémon Sleep a year later. This is my secondary account, and what's interesting with this Let's Play is I start all over again, but I have a year's worth of knowledge that I've built up on my primary account. So this is essentially a free-to-play run to see how optimized I can play this game with all the knowledge that I have being max rank for the most part and having a huge collection and having spent a lot of time playing this game every day for the past year or so. Right now, we are in a bit of a squeeze between having to be at Greengrass Isle while not yet having the option to go to Cyan Beach, which is where I actually want to go. You can see here at the goal is actually covered. I need 5 more sleep styles, something like this, or 6 to go to Cyan Beach. And Cyan Beach is the place where it's good to be in the beginning. You can find a lot of really good slumbering Pokemon there. Slumbering is usually the sleep style that is the easiest to get. And so that will be a major focus here on the channel. So let's just hop into the sleep report here and see if we can find some Pokemon. I do still have the novice boost, and this is the last session of the water week. So there should be at least 2 Pokemon that are hungry. And so potentially we'll look at 2 new Pokemon here, but I won't feed anything that's not according to plan. The primary target in the near future is Igglybuff. I also need a berry finding Totodile. I would like a Spheal and a Chikorita. Aside from that list, I probably won't catch much. It very much depends on what shows up and the situation. For example, if there's nothing I really want to catch, obviously I have to spend the bonus biscuit somewhere. And so we'll just have to see how this all pans out. The big trick with the free-to-play account is you need to really hold back your resources. The game gives you a lot in the beginning, and at some point you have a massive drought, which is a little bit of a problem. That is crazy. It's been so long since I saw Primeape, I didn't recognize it. So Primeape, Riolu, Metapod. Wait, if we have 2, yeah, no, it would have to be 2 more new ones. Okay, 1 more new sleep style. That is crazy, but I'm super happy about the Totodile. I'd much rather see the Totodile than have a new sleep style, actually. So in yesterday's episode, I was talking about how it could be worthwhile to use a ZZZ ticket to prematurely go to Cyan Beach and abandon the current Snorlax. I actually think that is what I should be doing, and one of the reasons for that is Suicune event is favoring the water type berry, and my probability of finding more Totodile and more water types in general at Cyan Beach is much higher, so I should just get to Cyan Beach the first chance I get. Here's a Togepi. We just saw a new style for Psyduck, a slumbering Pokemon. Oh yeah, last day of the week, of the water type week. I was very unsure just now why I was getting Pokemon of different sleep styles, despite the fact that I was dosing. I was a little worried when I saw the dosing because that means no Totodile, but I guess in this video we are pretty lucky in that regard. So I find it to be a little bit funny to bring up the first stage evolutions in the widget now that we are in the free-to-play series, and then perhaps what I can do is to use Totodile when I have Totodile in the game, and then as I get to Croconaw and the rest, we just update and have a look at the different Pokemon in the widget. It's a little bit of an extra interesting element with this parallel Let's Play. Alright, Primeape. That is another sleep style. It is clenching its fists. That is a little bit inappropriate, but we'll skip the discussion there. Okay, we also have a Riolu. Riolu is a skill specialist of the D tier. Probably probably won't ever catch a Riolu here on the channel on this free-to-play series, as long as it's not shiny. I think maybe if I find a shiny Riolu, I'll have to go for it. But aside from that, I am just happy as is. So pretty excited about this Totodile. I'm hoping that it shows up hungry. Then I can give it the premium biscuit and be done. There are no other Pokemon here on the field that I should really spend any resources on. I have been way too lucky this Let's Play so far. That is crazy. I found a hungry Totodile the other day too. I fed it the bonus biscuit and bounced. I was out of there. I found what I wanted and needed and quit finished the sleep report. That is crazy. What is the luck here? 2 days in a row with a hungry Totodile. I guess today half of the Pokemon showed up hungry, but the odds are 2 in 3. 2 in 6 rather. What's math? Okay. Togepi, also a skill specialist. Psyduck is a skill specialist. The issue with these is naturally the shortage in main skill seeds. I will for the most part not spend any of the main skill seeds. I am waiting to see what the next batch of skill specialists will be. They have already teased this in the 1-year anniversary event notice, and so it's quite likely that we'll see some meta warping skill specialists at some point. Now, had this Primeape showed up hungry, I would have potentially considered it just because it is a final evolution, at least for now. It would be cool if Annihilape shows up at the Halloween event. I would like that. In Generation 9, it has a ghost type evolution. But yeah, the Primeape is a berry specialist. It is decently fast. We can actually bring it up in the widget. Comparatively, this early in the game, that would have been a big Pokemon, especially at Greengrass Isle if I happen to roll the fighting type, the Cherry Berry. That would have been really, really nice. So yeah, these are the Pokemon for today, but we need to have a look at the Totodile. And this Totodile is going directly on the team because for the most part, I will be just trying to build up a Cyan Beach team and go all in Cyan Beach. And not only that, I want to find a berry finding Totodile eventually, but on top of that, Oran Berry is my favorite berry this week, so I was super lucky with it. And we should have a look at this Pokemon now. I'm too excited. Rank 6, a distraction, a delay. Okay, here it is. What is the nature? I don't have all the natures memorized. I know Adamant. Gentle nature is bad for some Pokemon. It's bad for Totodile. This is the nature on the Duck Trio. I couldn't remember it in my other video. That is ingredients up. But to an extent, there's not much I can do about that right now. No gold skills. Inventory, skill trigger as not huge. Ingredient finder. Oh, it's main skill chance. I am very off on my natures today. That is not good. So gentle and careful for the main skills. All right, let's have a look at the team. I do have a team set up for the Help Me pick at the very left. So that should give us a good guide on which Pokemon to have on the team. This week, as mentioned, I was really lucky. I got Oran Berry, and so far, I got 4 water types and the Pikachu. So at this point in time, it looks like the Caterpie is out for the time being. Maybe in the Suicune research, if I happen to roll for the bug type berry and I haven't found anything better by then maybe the Caterpie comes back on. But yeah, you can see my team is struggling for energy, so it would be really nice to find an Igglybuff at some point soon. And here's the Help Me pick. So let's just sort by berry and see what happens here. The Pikachu, pretty strong. The reason here is obviously the level advantage. The berries are worth a lot more at level 10 than level 5. Although it may be the case that I can use some candies on this Totodile. Tomorrow I can. So if I give it another 100 experience, so overnight, then this should hit level 6, which is pretty good. Pikachu just hit level 10. No useful sub-skills on either of these, it seems. Ingredient Finder on the Totodile, not good. And then we have the Caterpie here with Inventory and Skill Trigger again. I don't understand it, but at the very least, we have a decent amount of the water types. So what I'm going to do here is, now that I know that the Totodile, all things considered, is pretty high, it was natural for it to be this way, but just going through the process here of how I select my teams, I'll then switch out the Caterpie for the new Totodile. And that's going to be it for the team build here. So 4 water types with a favorite berry, and I'm still working on the chowder, which is a little bit funny. I'm just doing the same dish over and over again and working on that dish level. It's level 10, simple chowder. I got a lot of milk from the Squirtle, supplemented with the mushrooms from the Wooper. That is super sad. Oh man. I'm sorry for you, Wooper. We'll find a healer at some point. Alright, sleep trends. I think this is gonna adjust. Give me some candies or something. Yes, you got Handy Candy S. 6 of them. That's a huge resource. These candies in the beginning of the game are really, really strong. Like a single candy, 25 experience. It's like 25% of a level almost for some of these. 10%, 15% is huge. I also must say that I'm super grateful for those of you who have joined nirtheart recently. I think in the last day or so, we got like 5 new members, and a lot of you have added me to the game. So we'll click through some of you here. We have Shanji, Nani, Volsnatty24, Colin, and myself. I sent myself a Delibird candy. No chance I'll be having a Delibird on this account anytime soon. Unless it shows up shiny, in which case I'll probably just catch every shiny I can get my hands on, just because I need that random roll for a super busted Pokemon. No matter how unlikely it is for it also to be shiny. But yeah, Colin found a shiny Arcanine today. Already got spoiled in the nirtheart Discord because he posted the good boy here on the screen. It's pretty good. And then we have, let's see, Shanji with a Wooper candy. I'll take it. I should probably pop back into the bag and see if I can actually level up the Wooper now after this friend list resource gathering. So pretty decent team here on the Shanji. And then Volsnatty is a new friend here, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I've peeked at any of your teams before. This seems oddly familiar though. Did I see yesterday or something? Have a look at it. Gardevoir, Quaxwell, Pupitar, Vaporeon, Feraligatr. It sounds very, very familiar. Nani though, I know for sure was today. So thank you for the Totodile candy. That's going to come in handy. I see that you're also working on your Croconaw, so hopefully my Totodile candy was of help. Like the Blastoise, Quaxwell, Quagsire, and Slowpoke. Actually, an interesting aspect of the Paldean starters is that all of them change typings when they reach their final evolution. And so some of those Pokemon can be more useful at the current time in their second stage. So I think it's like Crocolore or something. I don't know how to Crocolore for apples. It's decently fast. 25% ingredient rate is very high, and that's not bad. Let's have a look at Quaxwell too. I'm just super curious now. Quaxwell. An hour is a little bit slower, but you know, you get those leaks potentially, or triple beans depending on how you go about it. Decent team. I'm also curious about this Slowpoke. I've been in a slowpoke mood recently. And Nath sending me this Entei candy. I really appreciate the Entei candy on my primary account. I don't know when I would have use for it on my free-to-play account. So I guess that's just the downside of having a very fresh account. But yeah, for Alligator, looking very strong there at level 50. And the Typhlosion as well. No, that was 28. And Gengar, Glaceon, and Wigglytuff. It's always interesting to see people who are still using Wigglytuff as their healer. I personally have Wigglytuff. Dear to my heart is one of my favorite Pokemon. It's just my Wigglytuff is not good enough. Except now the free-to-play journey. Hopefully I'll find a strong Wigglytuff and I'll just keep that as my healer. Nuzzy, let's see here. The inappropriate Wooper, Sleep, Charizard, Victreebel, Gengar, Raichu, and the shiny Blastoise. That shiny Blastoise is going to be cool during Suicune. And I appreciate the Wooper candy as well. I really have to pop back into my team now. See, it's all Wooper, basically. Croconaw too. That's amazing. Harpy King. With the Cramorant. I may actually pick up a Cramorant at some point on this free-to-play account, just because. For Alligator, ×2, Raichu, Sylveon, and Meganium. That is a very solid team. And it looks like you're just preparing in the off week to level up some Pokemon. Probably do some overstacking at some point potentially, because that's a lot of berry specialists. Other JP. Wooper. Got a Crocolore. That's the meta right there. Abomasnow, Kangaskhan, Croconaw, and Glaceon. And I can also mention, if you would like a spot in the free-to-play friend list, now is the prime time. You can see I got 14 out of 50 friends. These slots are filling up by the day. So if that is an added bonus by becoming a YouTube member and joining the Discord, then have at it. It's right here for the taking. And you get some shoutouts every now and then in the videos. So, Vaporeon, that is good. I like the Eevee candy. I think at some point in time I will be getting at least a single evolution on the free-to-play account. Vaporeon and Sylveon in the same team, that's crazy. And for Alligator, Delibird, Jealous, and Venusaur. That's pretty solid. That looks like a solid desserts team. You have Vaporeon that just like gets everything. You have for Alligator for the berries, and Sylveon naturally gets milk and cacao. You have the eggs and potentially some apples on that Delibird. Honey on the Venusaur. Looking solid. Sarah with the Totodile candy. I appreciate it. Yo, a shiny Eevee. Super curious which evolution you are going to evolve that into. I haven't heard anything of this in the Discord. And that Wigglytuff is legendary. The same as that for Alligator. They are really, really strong, among the best species, or rather individuals of that species that I've found or seen. Not even found, seen. Gruntacular coming through with the Graveler, double Magnezone, Flareon, and the Glaceon. That is super strange. I never seen anyone with 2 Magnezone before. I've probably seen your team before, but that is crazy. All of these Pokemon are cooking power up, and I guess this is to prepare for the Suicune. First meal on that Monday morning, and then essentially what this looks like to me is overstacking the berry Pokemon into Suicune, but before you overstack, you raise the cooking power up skill to make that cooking pot size Monday morning huge. I probably will do something similar in the future. It's just right now I'm Delibird focused. I want to just make sure I find that on my primary account. Liam coming through with another Wooper candy. It's going to be interesting. I'm pretty sure I can level up the Wooper now. One of the missions last week gave me 5,000 Dream Shards. That is ridiculous on a rank 5 account. So shards won't be a problem for a while, believe it or not. So Blastoise ×2, Venusaur, Golem, and the shiny Sylveon. That shiny Sylveon is nice, let me tell you. And the double Blastoise. I wonder if any of those have the ingredient Magnet S in addition to some of those skill traits. My Venusaur, for example, well, naturally has the ingredient Magnet, but it has skill level up M, and then I wasted a seed on it on the primary account. And so on top of them being ingredient specialists, you get a decent chunk of ingredients from that trigger as well. Chip. Yo, Tyranitar. I have only seen Tyranitar a single time in the whole first year of my primary account. And I have spent a decent amount of time at Taupe Hollow. So that's pretty impressive right there. Ninetales, Typhlosion, Dugtrio, Gengar, Quaquaval. 3 of those Pokemon have favorite berry at Taupe Hollow. Gengar is a good overall ingredient Pokemon. And so is Quaquaval. So kind of looks like here you're spending the week to get Wooper potentially. Or at this point in time, yeah, still Wooper. Maybe also stacking the bag with some ingredients. So was pretty satisfied today with the Totodile. And hopefully within tomorrow, I should be able to ZZZ take it out of here and go to Cyan Beach, where all of these water types and Pikachu will be quite strong. So we do have the Sleep style decks. Unfortunately, this does not give any diamonds. It is what it is, but we have a solid plan here. We do another session into tomorrow. Hopefully find that one more Sleep style to unlock Cyan Beach. And then we can see that here in the exchange and the regular exchange, the EZZ ticket is 100 sleep points. So right now it's just that one sleep style missing. To an extent, I should probably not cook this dinner because I won't really make it that far into Grade 1 and just save up those resources for when I'm starting a new Cyan Beach tomorrow, I guess. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting episode coming up tomorrow when we'll hit Cyan Beach, most hopefully. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.